the real reason you can't stop procrastinating. It's not laziness. Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever sat down to study, opened your notes, stared at the first sentence, and suddenly your brain goes, nope? So you grab your phone, scroll for just 2 minutes, next thing you know, it's been an hour, and you're like, bro, why am I like this? Here's the truth. You're not lazy. And today, I'm going to explain the real reason you keep procrastinating and how to finally break the cycle without forcing yourself to just try harder. What you think is laziness is actually something way deeper, something your brain does to protect you, not hurt you. Once you understand that, studying gets easier, habits start sticking, and motivation doesn't feel like some magical thing you have to wait for. Let's break this down in the simplest way possible. Section 1. It's not laziness, it's overwhelm. Here's the first reason you procrastinate. Your brain hates unclear tasks. Think about when a teacher tells you, start working on your research paper. It's due next week. Your brain hears, do something huge with no steps, no direction, and no idea where to begin. Of course, your brain is like, let's not do this. It's not avoiding work, it's avoiding uncertainty, because uncertainty equals stress, and stress equals scroll on TikTok to feel safe again. Mini cliffhanger. But here's the crazy part. When you turn a big task into something stupidly small, your brain suddenly stops fighting you. We'll talk about that in a second. Section 2. Your brain avoids pain, not tasks. Second reason. Your brain thinks the task equals pain. Not actual pain, but emotional pain. Maybe you failed before. Maybe school stresses you out. Maybe you feel behind, or you know the subject is hard. So your brain goes, let's avoid this. Let's protect you. That's why you suddenly get tired the moment you start studying, or why you clean your whole room instead of doing one homework sheet. It's not laziness, it's your brain trying to keep you safe from discomfort. And here's the twist. If you remove the emotional pressure, your productivity skyrockets. Section 3. The micro wins fix. Okay, here's the part that actually changes your life, because if procrastination comes from overwhelm and emotional pressure, then the solution is this. Stop trying to finish tasks. Start trying to start them. That's it. Not study for 2 hours, not finish the whole chapter. Instead, open the book, read one paragraph, write the first sentence, solve one problem. These micro wins tell your brain, see, that wasn't painful. We can do more. And because starting is the hardest part, once you get into motion, you naturally keep going. This is why people say, just start for 5 minutes. It works because it tricks your brain into safety mode instead of threat mode. Mini cliffhanger. But there's one more thing that makes a huge difference, and most people never realize it. Section 5. You don't procrastinate everything. Think about it. You don't procrastinate Netflix. You don't procrastinate talking to your friends. You don't procrastinate eating snacks. Why? Because those things are easy, clear, and rewarding. This means you're not a procrastinator. You're someone doing tasks that feel unclear or emotionally heavy. And when you change the experience of the task, how clear it is, how small it is, how rewarding it is, your behavior changes too. That's why one good study session can reset your whole week, because suddenly your brain is like, oh wait, this isn't actually that bad. Section 6. Make it rewarding. If your brain avoids pain, give it pleasure. You don't need huge rewards. Use simple things. Study with a snack. Use a nicer pen. Play soft background music you love. Do a 25-minute Pomodoro plus 5-minute reward. Light a candle. Study in a clean corner. Wear a comfy hoodie. Small rewards equals dopamine boost, which your brain wants to come back. And this is how you rewire procrastination into momentum. All right, let's wrap this up. You don't procrastinate because you're lazy. You procrastinate because the task feels too big. Your brain wants to avoid emotional discomfort. You're putting pressure on yourself to perform perfectly. But you can break that cycle by making tasks tiny, removing pressure, rewarding yourself for starting, and using micro wins to build momentum. So here's your challenge. Tonight, take one thing you've been avoiding and just do the first tiny step, not the whole task, just the first 30 seconds. If you do that, your whole week will feel different. Let's level up your habits, your productivity, and your mindset, one small intentional shift at a time. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and let's keep growing together. This is Intent Shift, and your transformation starts now.